And welcome back to Podcast of the Wicked. I am Bill.
And I'm Metal Rose.
I'm Dave.
And we're here today to talk a little bit about the Ashes of Aries listening party and a couple other things. We're going to talk a little bit about Ozzy's passing today. And, we could talk a little bit about Hulk too. And, I know this is mainly an Iced Earth related podcast, but sometimes we stray off and we talk about other things too. So no harm in that. And, I figured it'd be a good time to come back and, talk to the fans and maybe even on some level be a comfort to the community because we really did suffer a major loss this past week with Ozzy passing. And,
how can you not talk about Ozzy?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm going to be honest, it's like when you listen to Black Sabbath covers, I know Iced Earth even did one. They're good, but they're just not the same as when those four guys got together and did music. So
they did too.
Yeah. And I love them, but I don't feel it's just like I don't feel that feeling that I feel when those four guys are playing those songs. And I don't mean that as an insult in any way. It's just there's just something about you could listen to even Ozzy Osbourne playing some Sabbath songs, and it just doesn't feel the same as when those four guys are playing it.
Yep.
Well, first we'll get started talking about the Ashes of Aries listening party at Birmingham Meadery. We got the dogs. The dogs are the stars today. It's like an episode of the Osbournes.
I know, right? And the funny thing is, that's actually Ozzy barking.
Yep.
You fucking animals, you consistently barking all the fucking time.
Yep.
Don't eat my burrito.
Hey, get off my burrito, you fucking bastard.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
So
hey,
I'm going off the rails on the crazy train.
He is.
He's adorable.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Over this way a little bit. That way they can see you. Hey. Hi.
Hey.
I'm Ozzy. I don't want to be on camera long.
He's a hyper one.
Yeah. He's gotten big since the last time you seen him, I think.
Yeah, he'll be a good boy eventually. You know how they are.
Yeah.
Going off the rails. That's okay. We love animals here. So anyway, we were out at the Birmingham Meadery in Milton, Delaware. It was really awesome. And Matt and Freddie talked about each song and they gave a little background story about each song. And they were really awesome. They were socializing with all of the fans. There was a guy that came all the way from Michigan and another guy that came all the way from Sweden.
Yeah, there are people from all over.
Nice.
Yeah, people all over, yeah.
This is why I tell Jon Schaffer that he and some of the guys in his following are a lot like Richie Blackmore. And maybe not exactly like them musically, but Richie Blackmore's fans come all the way to the East Coast just to meet him, watch him play. That's how it is. So I always feel like Iced Earth fans are a lot like Richie Blackmore fans, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. They're very, very very loyal, and they're particular too.
Now, I do have a question.
Sure. What's your question?
Now, I know the July 18th release date for New Ashes, that was just overseas, right? Because ain't there like an August release date for the American version or whatever it is?
Yeah, and it's because they can't get everything shipped until August. So you could listen to the new Ashes of Aries, New Messiahs online. And we got CDs in person at the meadery, but they only had a limited quantity. But you're going to have, if you ordered vinyl or a CD from the American website, because I know there's an American website, which I ordered from too, You're not going to get it until mid-August. Forget the exact date.
Okay.
But that's what's going on. So be patient. If you ordered the new Ashes of Aries CD, it's on its way. It's just going to take a while because it's coming from overseas.
Yeah.
It's a great album.
Is that a jewel case?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Everyone signed it. It was a good time.
Everybody in the band signed it for us.
Yeah, everyone was real friendly. And
August 8th is going to be the release in the States.
Okay.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
A couple people even recognized us from the podcast.
Nice.
We were like little mini celebrities there.
Oh, sweet.
Kind of. I was just so amazed by it. And Freddie and Matt are amazing songwriters and amazing people. And let's not forget that Jon Schaffer brought these two men together. And when you look at that, you look at the people that have traveled all over the world and everything, part of it is because Jon Schaffer brought those people together. And I think that's amazing when you see all of the spin-off bands and all of the different success in the Iced Earth community when it comes to all of the different artists that he picked to work with. It's like Jon Schaffer did some of that. Maybe he didn't write those songs, but he did that. He brought those people together, and I think that's amazing. He didn't just carve out an amazing legacy for himself, but he carved out an amazing legacy for other people that he got involved with.
It's one big, beautiful web.
Richard Christie with Charred Walls of the Damned. We got Out of Darkness with Brent Smedley. We got Ashes of Aries. We got Seventh Servant.
It's one big web.
It's amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah. So, some of the highlights at the meadery for me, obviously bringing my son and getting to introduce him to these awesome people. Matt and Freddie are the coolest. Seeing the people from Michigan, seeing the man from Sweden who I'm still in contact with. The mead was really good. We got like tiny cups or little flights that we split between 3 people, but we got to try all 12 different types of meads at the meadery. Nice. So that was awesome. And then we brought 3 different bottles home and we shared them over playing some cards and listening to some records and stuff.
Nice.
We had some awesome pie from Delaware, and we got to go to the beach the day after, and it was just a really all-around amazing trip, and I'm so happy we got to do it. Dave, what were some of your highlights for the trip?
Oh wow. Well, the mead was very good, and then the food, they had a food truck there. That was real good. Everyone at the meadery was real friendly. Yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah, I would definitely go to Brimminghorn Meadery if you're out near Milton, Delaware. Definitely check them out. Apparently
they do all kinds of stuff.
I talked to my friend Obar. His name's Chris, but we call him Obar because of his last name. He was like, he knew exactly what meadery. He goes, the rock and roll meadery. Like he knew.
It's more like a Viking meadery.
Yeah, it's so awesome. It was so awesome. But yeah, I mean, I just can't get over the experience. It was so uplifting. And then, then we came back and then we were getting ready to go to Madison Square Garden on Tuesday, the 22nd to see Ghost. And, I was getting my makeup on and everything. And then somebody inboxed me, Ozzy passed away. And I was standing there and I looked at my son and I looked at Dave Myers and I said, I have really, really bad news. And I was like silent, and Dave goes, what's the news? And I didn't even want to say it out loud. I was like, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. And, I think the initial reaction from Dave was disbelief, looking it up, not being sure. And, my son was there. And then I just broke down in tears. It was it was terrible. He was always such a nice guy. I got to meet him twice.
Nice.
And he was one of the nicest guys. I must say he had to be ready to go after that performance, and it's going to live out in history as one of probably the most amazing things an artist has ever done, I think.
No, without a doubt. The most
Yeah.
metal ever.
It's like, some people think about Freddie Mercury when he was dying and nobody knew he was dying from the AIDS, and it was over, and he was still up there bravely singing, and nobody realized how sick he was. Now in Ozzy's case, we knew, and it was just as brave of a performance, in my opinion. He was sitting in that chair. He had saved up all of his energy just to do it. I heard about some of the rehearsals, maybe Ozzy sang a song. So it was amazing that he did all of those songs. And in my opinion, it's going to go down as one of the most amazing things an artist ever did, to say goodbye to the fans, to say why did we deserve such a wonderful man here on this earth?
Yeah.
I always felt like when I seen him live and he told us he loved us, I felt like he was maybe one of the only artists that meant it. So it's devastating.
A world without Ozzy is definitely not going to be as nice.
Bill, how did you feel when the news hit? I know you have a dog named Ozzy, so you got to be a big fan.
Yeah, I was actually at work and probably getting ready to go home about the time I heard it, and it was I was, truth be told, I wasn't really shocked. I mean, I felt it was coming, you know. I didn't expect it to be this early, but I guess I wasn't as shocked as most people were, you know. I think it was just because, you could kind of see the decline, and I've been watching. I heard a few people talk about, and I actually heard a video talking about. They were thinking that Ozzy held on long enough to do this show, and then after that, it was just, I'm ready to go when it's time.
Tony Iommi said that.
Yeah.
At that interview, I was shocked that Tony came out so quickly.
Yeah.
Talk about it, because you're not really seeing anything from Ozzy's family yet. You see some things like, like Kelly posted the lyrics to Changes, which, she did the cover of Changes with her dad.
Yeah.
A lot of people remember, and some people were not happy about that cover. I'm kind of one of them, but now when you look at it, it's just, it's so much more powerful. It's like, wow, he did love his kid, and there's like this amazing. I always liked the song Changes. It was just the variation with Kelly. I was never, and I liked Kelly as a solo artist. I didn't really have but I was just like, oh man, I love that song Changes, because my father used to talk to me about how he was 16 when it came out, and he had been dumped by a girlfriend, and he was going through it, and it was like a coming of age song for a young man, and he always liked that song. So I just remember him talking to me we used to sit at the kitchen table and listen to records a lot, and he used to talk to me all about how much that song meant to him. So now when I hear it, I get sad about my father's passing because I kind of loved him the way I feel like the way Kelly loved Ozzy, you
Yeah.
know. And I watched it last night and I started crying because there's this gospel choir behind them and everything. But she had posted, "I feel unhappy. I feel so sad. I lost the best friend I ever had." And that
Yeah.
was all she wrote. And they wrote that statement out, and that was about it. And it's still hard to reconcile. Yeah, I know it was. I knew it was coming too, but
Yeah, everybody did.
I thought maybe we at least had another year or two left, and that maybe he would record more. I heard that there might be some recordings left, and there's going to be a memoir coming out, another memoir, because he did put out one, but I guess there's going to be a little bit more in this one.
Yeah.
So
Look forward to that.
Nice.
But I'm sure Ozzy meant a lot to the Iced Earth community, and Ozzy meant a lot to John.
Yeah.
I see he follows them on. If you follow him on Twitter, I see he follows Black Sabbath, all the members, and they were like some of the only people I noticed he followed. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine what the other guys are going through.
of course, Kiss too.
They're probably devastated.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody noticed that Gene Simmons went on like a press tour to talk about Ozzy.
Yeah.
I'm like, Gene Simmons? But I mean, I guess
weird dude.
they did have a friendship,
Yeah.
so it makes sense. But at the same time, I was like, Gene Simmons?
Yeah.
You have to put yourself everywhere.
I know, right?
He is who he is.
Yep.
And that's what makes him Gene Simmons. So.
Yep.
But I was surprised because usually he's kind of, I don't know, Gene Simmons can be a certain way, we'll just say. And I thought he was very kind and compassionate. And I was surprised to almost feel that he was a good spokesperson to go out there and discuss it. I was like, why do I feel okay with this?
Yep.
But I do know a lot of Kiss fans out there and everything. So Jon Schaffer being a huge Kiss fan, So what else do you want to get to?
Kind of went off the rails and talked about Ozzy.
Well, that's because it's the crazy train.
Yeah.
Calling myself Mrs. Tinker Train today.
Mrs. Tinker Train.
Going off the rails.
That means when I get home, I got to put some entries in my diary of a madman.
Exactly.
Which is probably my favorite Ozzy song.
I love that album. That's my favorite album. What's your favorite album, Dave?
No More Tears.
That one's a good one too. It's solid. That's solid.
Yeah.
I like Ozzy
You know what?
too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like that album a lot too.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of one of the most, I think that album and the one is it Down to Earth?
Yeah.
The one that's got like Get Me Through and stuff like that.
Yeah, Down to Earth, yeah.
I think like Osmosis and those two albums, and actually I'm gonna come out here and say I think those two albums and Black Rain are probably the most underrated albums in Ozzy's catalog.
They are. They're good.
Yeah, Black Rain is very underrated.
I love that record.
I like it too. I have it on vinyl actually.
I do too. Yeah.
The only one that I don't have that's available for a reasonable price is the album Scream. And I like the album Scream too. I like the album. You can still get it on Amazon for like $34.
There's two versions of it on Amazon. There's one with like the Amazon exclusive that's like a green vinyl or something, and then you can get like the black regular vinyl, I think a little bit cheaper.
I want the green one.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get on that soon. Get it.
Nice.
But speaking of releases and vinyls, John is coming out with that 3D variant of Dystopia.
Yeah.
I know that some of us have already bought Dystopia. I bought it twice with two different versions of it, but I'm anxious to see what this 3D is, so I'm probably gonna grab it. I know, Bill, you got a lot of stuff, so you might not.
Yeah, I have limited space, so
I'm gonna have to get
Yeah.
rid of some of my Iced Earth vinyl and give them as gifts to people, but I'm getting rid of 2 of them, and I'm gonna give Tribute to the Gods and Horror Show a copy of each to Richard Christie.
oh, nice.
I don't need 5,000 copies of it.
Damn.
I really just need one, and
That's where they all went.
who better to
Damn.
give like the albums to than the drummer on the album, like it's not like I'm
Yep.
just feasting it.
Yeah.
So it's
Hang
like
on, I was wondering where all the copies went.
There you go. There's your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably give him the gold versions of them. I think I'm going to keep the blue version of the Horror Show and the red version of Tribute, and he could get the gold versions.
Yeah, I got a blue version of our show too. Well,
For the guy
I know
appearance.
I'm going to say this for people that maybe can't, and I understand. Like, I know probably John probably makes a little bit more if you buy it through that Circle Music than you probably would anywhere else. But for those who can't get it on Circle Music, that 3D cover variant is going to be is available on Amazon for pre-order.
I can confirm that he does get credit from the Amazon one. The only problem with the Amazon thing is sometimes they don't make it to the Amazon store because they've been sold out by the Circle. But I think that if you get your orders in now and you want to get them on Amazon, that's the American distribution.
Yeah.
So you should get on Amazon if you want the variant, and you should get on the Circle Music. It's up to you. I ordered from the Circle Music only because I worry that they might not end up having it, but it is a lot cheaper to get it on Amazon if you can, especially with shipping and all that nonsense. So
Oh. What are you doing, Crazy Train?
what do you think of this 3D variant, Dave?
I think it's a cool spin on the album. Definitely cool.
Like that city. I wonder how good the city's gonna pop out when it's 3D, and what set Abominate is gonna look like. Like I heard it's not just a sticker. Like I think John was saying in the video online, or
Yeah, it's like,
but it's the
yeah,
first ever of its kind in any type of form, record wise. It's the first ever of its kind.
Is it going to come with like a 3D poster or something? That would be cool.
I don't know. I didn't read that, but I guess you'd have to read the description. I ordered mine, but I might have done the bad thing because I ordered the other ones that are coming out. They're the festivals.
yeah.
I ordered those with the 3D cover, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get it like when it comes out, because it's supposed to come out in July, but I don't know if they mailed it to me or if I'm gonna have to wait until it comes, because I got the walk-in of the Wicked, and I got the Live and Loud on vinyl, Rock Hard it says Rock Hard Festival on vinyl, and then I got the Metal Camp on vinyl show coming. I think that's September. When does it say it's coming?
Yeah,
I'm
I think
sorry
it's
to
September.
remember all the dates, but I have those. They're all going to be coming to the house at some point.
Usually, I hate to say this, but usually companies like that, if you order something with a pre-order, they usually wait and ship it when the pre-order comes out.
Yeah, what are you going to do? It is what it is.
I know, right?
But you know what? You know what? The shipping price was a lot cheaper that way, and
Yeah.
I'm loyal. I'm loyal Iced Earth fan. I'm loyal John, but I just got everything all at once, and it was sort of when I got I wasn't sure I was gonna get the variant, the Dystopia variant on vinyl. But when I ordered the festival vinyl and it was like in there, I said, fuck it, I'll get that too. I might as well get all four. And I just got all four.
Yeah.
Might as well order all four now and save on shipping. And
Yep.
so that's my story of picking it up. But if you guys are big collectors, it's something that you guys might want to get. And also if you haven't yet, pre-order this album. This is something that I was shocked. I mean, you think that it doesn't get any better with Ashes of Aries. They keep coming out with awesome stuff. This album's probably their best album yet, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
How do you outdo yourself when you're that good? Like,
everyone and their mother wants, Matt to, return to Iced Earth, return to Iced Earth. Well, you know what? Him and Freddie more than hold their own with that band.
and
Now-
really, if he wanted to record with John, I think recording is possible, but people got to understand he's got a career. Why do they keep saying Matt has to come back? It's
He
not.
doesn't have to do
It doesn't
anything.
make any sense. Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't owe us anything. I'll be happy with. I mean, if he did, that would be great. But I'm happy with whatever those guys musically they put out, together or not together. I'll be happy.
Well, I have a question. Are they doing merchandise to coincide with that album?
Oh yeah, they had some merch at the listening party.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they had T-shirts. They even had
I'm wearing a T-shirt, but I don't know that this is
really cool coaster with
But
the.
I don't know if they have like a new. They might be getting new Messiah's merchandise. I don't know. I'll have to ask. That's a good question. I don't know. But they do have merchandise, and like they are it's unbelievably reasonable.
Yeah.
Buy merchandise from their website. If you go to the Ashes of Aries website, like I was like, what? But yeah, it was really great to get some of that stuff, some of the stuff that they had at the party. I guess I would refer everybody over to the Ashes of Aries website if they're looking for
Now was some of that stuff exclusive just for the party, or did you get all the stuff that they had on the website?
I believe that the CD was the only thing that was exclusive. Like if you go on their website right now, they got an Emperors and Fools t-shirt. I'm sure that they'll get a new Messiah's t-shirt. They have a Well of Souls t-shirt. They have Emperors and Fools hoodie, size XL. They've got a couple sizes actually with the Emperors and Fools hoodie. They got Emperors and Fools t-shirts, signed Ashes of Aries CD, like that's the first CD. They have a ladies t-shirt, which is the one I'm wearing, and then they have another like skull t-shirt.
Nice.
So you can, and like for instance, like this t-shirt that I bought was $15. One of the t-shirts was like 12. The hoodies are priced at between like I think they're $45.
Yeah.
on the website, but they had a couple that were a little cheaper at the party.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's great prices. I mean,
it's nuts. It's great. I mean, I'm not saying it's nuts in a bad way. It's like, oh my God, really? Like, because you're paying like $35. I paid $60 for a Ghost t-shirt the other night. A
damn,
t-shirt, not even the hoodie.
you got ghosted.
Especially how expensive everything is these days. It's
Crazy.
I know,
very
right?
But it was they have very reasonably priced things on their website, and I'm sure for their tour they'll be getting more merchandise. I'm sure. Like I don't see why they wouldn't. And anything that's
Yeah.
left over from the tour, I'm sure they'll throw up on the website like they normally do.
Yeah.
So, and hey, I mean, if you guys haven't checked out We Are Sentinels yet, like you really should. It shows it's a softer and lighter side to Matt, but it's really good stuff.
It's more orchestrated. There's no guitars or drums or anything. It's something you would listen to like watching a movie soundtrack.
Yeah.
So I got to kind of throw this one out to Freddie or whatever if he happens to watch this. Y'all didn't see his aura, did you?
No.
His aura? I'm Rick James, bitch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, we didn't see his aura, but sorry, I don't know why I didn't pick up on that initially. But he had an awesome t-shirt on. You know what his t-shirt was?
What's that?
A picture of Lars Ulrich's dad. And it just said delete that, but it with the Metallica lettering. Like,
Oh, nice.
A part in Some Kind of Monster where he's like listening to it. He's like, I would say delete that.
Yeah.
That was the best. I said, that's the best effing shirt I've ever seen, man.
Nice.
No, they were so friendly and so nice. I'm so happy we went to that
Yeah.
gathering.
Yeah. That sucks.
And they talked about each song. A lot of Matt's lyrics are very heartfelt. And there's one part where he was talking about one of the songs and he actually choked up.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But that's why we love him, man. I mean, like when you hear him singing even some of the Iced Earth songs, I mean all of the songs, but like, you hear things like Melancholy and stuff, you can hear the emotion in his voice. He conveys that
passion, definitely.
And not a lot of musicians can convey that emotion or hold a stage like Matt can.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not to knock anybody else, but that was in the band, but I don't even think Tim Owens can hold a stage like he has a great voice, but that way he holds the stage, the way that Matt holds the stage, and has that presence for everybody. I really think he was just a shining star. I mean, he still is.
Yeah. No, I hated I couldn't go to that. I'd have loved to went to something like that, but I can't get away.
Yeah, I know. You got a lot of work and stuff. And
yeah.
And besides getting there, the day of, the traffic was terrible.
I bet so.
5 hours. Oh my God. We were in the car for 5 hours, and it's it's supposed to be like a 3.5 hour drive.
But it's near the shore, so you get down there in middle of July. The shore is not a place where you're going to get anywhere real quick.
Yeah.
We've been to Delaware before, but not that deep into Delaware. We went to Delaware. We went to Delaware for the Out of Darkness show. We went twice. We went to 2 different Delaware shows.
Yeah.
We saw them in New Jersey, and we had a great time with the band in New Jersey. And then we wanted to just go. We said, we're just going to go the second day too. Why not? And then they only played Delaware the second tour. And speaking of which, you guys need to get over to Out of Darkness's social media and purchase their CD as well. They did a re-release of Seize the Day, and that album is excellent. So, we should probably try to get Brent and Eric and maybe some of the others from the band on the show one night again to talk about the re-release, because it's new, and so we all got to get up there, and not all of it, but you know what I mean, the Iced Earth community. I hope we all are paying attention, because I'm telling you guys right now, Out of Darkness is a sick band. If you haven't heard them yet, you're missing out. And Brent Smedley is the man, and Eric is a great singer.
His vocal range is incredible.
Oh my God. All the things that guy can do. Mind blown.
Nice.
So there's a couple of things, and those are some of the things that we wanted to discuss today. Is there anything else that we want to cover today, guys?
I don't know. I think.
Well, for like we said before, it's not really it's an Ice Earth podcast, but we vary every now and then. And just going off the music topic for a minute, we also lost Hulk Hogan this week too, and growing up being a huge wrestling fan, that one that was honestly, I hate to say this, but that was more of a shock than Ozzy to me.
We weren't expecting it.
Yeah, because you just didn't. That guy. Not that I'm saying that Ozzy's not larger than life himself. He is, and but it just you knew of Ozzy's sickness and his health, and you knew he wasn't good, so you knew it was just kind of a matter of time. Where Hulk Hogan just kind of come right out of nowhere, and it was just like bam.
He was younger than Oz too. He was younger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and so.
Some of the controversy aside with Hulk, because there's a lot of controversy.
No one's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. And overall, if you look at it, I think he was a good man. He was a family man, and his son Nick really messed up, which it's depressing. There's some stuff there. But, even when his son was recently getting a DUI, Hulk just showed up on the scene trying to help, and he was cooperative with the police, though. But he obviously so clearly loves his family. And it was always when Linda decided to have that affair with Brooks, I think it was Brooks' friend. I still was in shock that Hulk gave Linda 70% of his earnings. That man got the crap knocked out of him and worked for that money. And, and he had to basically rebuild a brand from all of that. And I felt that Hulk got an unfair shake. And then people like Bubba Clem stabbed him in the back. Bubba the Love Sponge, he was his friend. He stabbed him in the back. And I always felt that what was going on with Hulk in his personal life was unfair, completely tragic. And if you're going to get all upset with Hulk about a talk that he had with his son in the jailhouse, what would you say to your own child in the jail if he was in jail? What would you say? How dare people get so involved, and how dare they release those calls and that terrible tape that they released of him? It's just all blackmail. It's all disgusting. And, we need to honor Hulk's legacy. In my opinion, Hulk's legacy for what it was. He was a strong guy. He was a good guy, and but he wasn't perfect.
No, nobody is.
We've all got our problems.
Yeah.
You know, and they're doing it with Ozzy too. They want to turn it like they're like going like, well, remember Ozzy had an affair on Sharon and stuff. None of us care about that.
Who's a shit? It's not our life.
Did Sharon forgive him in his personal life? Well, then shut the hell up about it.
Yeah.
That's not our business. That's between him and his wife and how their relationship was. And Sharon and Ozzy had their ups and downs.
Yeah.
That's what made him and Sharon and their relationship like what it was. They had their ups and downs, but they found a way to make it work. And it's ridiculous the way some of the news wants to sensationalize things. It's annoying.
You know what? Everyone's got problems, and you know what? If you canceled every single celebrity that had an issue, you wouldn't have anybody.
And I enjoy that fittest flat earther guy for entertainment purposes sometimes, but I was really annoyed that he said Ozzy wasn't real. I was like, come on, dude. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like that's
a
stretch. That's a stretch. That's a stretch for me. There's something, and even so, when he was saying it was the guy, he's saying it. What was the name of the band that the guy was from? Slaughter. Dana Strum. My brain just.
Yeah.
It was a little weird that he introduced people to Ozzy, but I think that's all it really is. Like he introduced Ozzy to Randy Rhoads and to Jakey Lee and stuff, and that might be true. Like that guy's not Ozzy. I've seen pictures of them together.
Yeah.
But there's all going to be all kinds of conspiracies. And there was that other thing where they were saying that Ozzy was euthanized. That's not true.
Yeah, that's complete bullshit.
You know, so
Ozzy loved being alive. He wouldn't do that.
But with every death, there's
controversy. Well, here's the whole thing, and I want to say this: even if he did, whose fucking business it is anybody else's anyway?
No,
that was his choice.
Parkinson's is a horrible disease. He couldn't even walk.
I know. So here's my thing, right? And I'm going to say this.
No, I said that's how I feel about it too. Even if he did, it's really not our business. You're right.
That's right. I mean, here's the thing, man. The man carved out a legacy, and he left the world with some great music, and a lot of the things he done, he done them, and who cares? And whether you like him or dislike him or whatever it is, just like with anybody on this planet, man, nobody's perfect. People make mistakes. People do a lot of stuff that they probably look back on and say, "Damn, why did I do that stupid ass shit?"
Oh, I got more.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, really. Me too. All of us do. But my thing is this, right? They want to hammer celebrities and stuff so bad, and I'm going to say this to a certain extent. I do understand it because people, these celebrities, they get so mad about how people talk to them and talk about them and stuff like that. No offense to you, but you chose that life.
Yes.
You chose to be in the public eye like that. You chose to be scrutinized by people by being in the industry you're in. I mean, if you can't take criticism, then you probably shouldn't have been an actor or a musician or a comedian or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
With the territory.
If you can't take it, you shouldn't have never done it. That's the whole thing. But there is a lot of stuff I hear that's unwarranted too, and that's not fair either.
Well, you know what? Ozzy was loved far more than he was hated, and he knew it. So you know what? Those people can stand up their asses.
Yeah, I'm dreading any Westboro Baptist Church involvement like they did with Ronnie Dio.
Those are the most disgusting.
Those aren't Christians. That's not Christian.
Those are the most disgusting Well, in our country.
Well, let me tell you something. All right, and I want people to understand this.
Sure.
So if I go on a little rant right here, I'm sorry.
Go on your rant, man.
You know, I've been a Christian now since I was a teenager, and I've had my ups and downs, and I've had, you know, my struggle with my faith and everything. But here's the thing that people don't understand: you can't sit here and judge somebody else's Christianity until you look in the mirror at your own, your beliefs and the way you follow the Lord. Because let me tell you something: there is no exact proper way. I mean, everybody worships the Lord in a different way. Everybody does this. Everybody does it. Just because you think your way is the right way doesn't make it right. You know, here's these people. Like, I want to say something like these people out here believe that you got to go to church every Sunday or whatever. Let me tell you something. For those people out here that believe that, let me tell you something. God never said His church was a building.
Yeah.
It's the church. It's the spirit that's inside of you. It's the fellowship among other Christians. You could be standing outside in the middle of a field if you want to worship God. That's where you worship Him at.
Yeah.
His church is not a place. His church is a foundation of his teachings. That's what His church is.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I
people have to understand that, you know, you can see here, and some people say, oh, well, you know, Ozzy was the prince of darkness and all that. You know, if he died, do you really think he went to heaven and all that stuff? We don't know. We don't know Ozzy's heart. We don't know where he was at. And you know what? Hell, who knows? He may go to heaven and some of us may not make it. And we might have been some of the best Christians on the planet.
That's true.
But
You know,
that's the whole thing.
when it comes to the Westboro Baptist Church, though, they're just like a hate group. They're not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Whatever they want to say they are is fine with me. They
don't actually do anything. Yeah, they protest people's funerals, but
protest funerals,
that's
and that's kind of strange to me. I didn't.
Yeah, it's horrible. But
now, when it comes to
they're just
Ozzy,
big mouths.
yeah, they're just.
That's what they are. They got big mouths.
When it comes to Ozzy, I would point to the Black Sabbath song "After Forever."
No, it's one of the greatest songs ever.
Where do I think Ozzy's heart was? I think he believed in a higher power. I was just listening to a interview with him, and he was saying he prayed. I pray every day. He goes, I'm praying to whoever's out there. I pray every day because it helps me with my sobriety and stuff like that. And I believe it. I always felt when I heard the song "After Forever" that was like a nod to yeah, we believe in God, we're Christian.
Yeah.
That was my opinion when I heard it.
So I mean, my whole thing is, man, you know, I just get tired. I just get tired of hearing people down. You know, they so that's just like some people's talking about. Oh, you really think Hulk Hogan was a Christian and all that? We don't know. We don't, like I said, we don't know
It
how
looked like he
somebody
got
lived.
saved to me. It looked like he got saved. So, but that's his business.
That's his business, you know.
Let me tell you something. There's plenty of preachers in hell.
I'm sure. Especially those televangelists.
Yeah. Telling you right now, I mean, it's crazy. But
I was listening to a cool interview with Hulk the other day just because I was like, I was going back, and he was talking about his new wife, Jennifer, and how she helped him find faith again in God and how much different his life is now. I always wondered, is the guy a Scientologist because he lived in Clearwater, Florida, which is where Scientology is. And there were rumors that he was, but I don't know. I never saw any real evidence that he was.
If he was, he was. You know.
Yeah.
oh well. I mean, like I said, I got no right to judge anybody, and ain't got no right to tell somebody where I think somebody went.
Oh yeah, I know.
I got a lot.
There's a lot of people out there that that are judgmental, but we're certainly not here over here. We're not judgmental at all, and I'm pretty much like a live and let live type person. I don't know about you guys, but
No, of course.
as long as you're not
Well,
hurting anybody, I think it's fine.
Hey,
yeah. Kind of speaking on that subject just for 1 second, I saw a meme the other day, right? And this is so true. Like today was 102 degrees without the heat index. Okay,
Oh,
oof.
right. So I saw a meme the other day, and it said God made South Carolina summers the way they are to to remind people that hell's not a place to spend eternity or whatever. Yeah.
that's kind of funny.
Yep.
The song Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath always scared me away from wanting to go to hell. I was like, I should be a good person.
Yeah.
It was just so theatrical. I was like, if this is what hell sounds like, I don't know.
Well, you had ACDC saying that hell's not a bad place to be, so I don't know.
Yeah, you really don't know.
Yeah,
You never know, man.
I know, right? I just
Maybe heaven is
I live
hell.
my life the best. I live my life the best way I can. Hopefully, I go to the right place when I'm done.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, agreed. Well, anyway, was that your iced earth mug?
No,
No.
it's just a glass.
Oh, okay. I know you had like the that it's like I don't know, some type of like nice
Mason.
Yeah.
mason jars.
Mason jar. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, why the hell not? It works, right?
All right. Yep.
But you had that thing that sold out on the website, that cup, that iced earth cup.
Yeah, the aluminum tankard.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that too.
Nice. Wow. I missed out. I wanted it and then I didn't get it and then it was gone.
Yeah. I
Now,
kind of
I have a question, and I don't know if you may know the answer to this, Rose, or anything. Um, Now, is Circle and Amazon going to be the only place you can grab those records, or John going to have any of that available on the website? Do you know?
I don't know that it'll be on the website. I didn't hear anything about that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's Amazon and the Circle. It would be
Okay.
nice if some of the stuff were shipped over to the store and it could be sold on the Iced Earth store. I'd like that, but
Yeah.
it's really just
Yeah.
separate, I guess, I guess my guess on that would be like the Circle, whoever works there, like approached, him or whoever, I don't know. And
Yeah.
then they got the rights to the record and then they put it out there, and that might be why it has nothing to do with the Iced Earth site. I
Yeah.
wonder how much money he really makes off of that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always wonder about that. But here's a question for the fans. How would you feel if you found out that John really wasn't making a lot of money off of those vinyls? I don't know that that's true. I'm only speculating because
Well,
I know a guy that has a record label, right? And it's a distribution deal basically. But how much of that goes back to Century Media? That's my real question here. How much does John make? What is Century Media getting out of it? And how much does the distributor make? I don't know any of this, but these are all things that I want all the fans to think about.
yeah.
What do you guys think of that?
Well, here's my thing too. I mean, John doesn't own his masters, so I would have to say that it would be hard for him to get a whole lot off of it. You know what I'm saying? And see, I honestly still think, in a way, that's where. And I know John's in a different place right now, and it's cool, and I'm happy for that, and I'm happy for him. But I think that's where I believe the re-records would have came in handy, because then John could have owned the rights totally to all that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah. It's food for thought for sure. What do you think
yeah,
of that, Dave? Like, what do you think?
Well, he's got to get something. I
Yeah,
mean,
but what is that? $2? Like, what? How much is it? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound like a jerk here. Like it just.
yeah,
You really gotta wonder.
I mean, the music industry isn't what it, streaming really killed the music industry. It's not what it was in the 70s and 80s, the days of, bands trashing hotels, throwing TVs into the pools and rolling around in $100 bills. Those days are over.
But see, I got something I want to say on that, right? Okay, but here's the problem. The music industry in itself and all these record labels are not helping themselves when you're sitting here putting music on digital platforms that don't pay you anything.
Yeah.
My thing is this: if I understand you want to get the music out there for people to buy it. I'm pretty sure, like, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure, like, say, for instance, you know, if Spotify's got the whole Ice Earth catalog on Spotify, I'm pretty sure Spotify probably paid Century Media so much, or Century Media got so much out of that, or whoever owns Century Media
Yeah.
now, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they got something out of it. But my whole thing is this, right? You're killing yourselves by going on here and making and putting your music on these platforms, when if you really wanted to make money, you say, okay, you want this album? Great. You got to go here and get it. And this is the only place you can get it, or the only way you can get it is on physical release, because we're
Yeah.
not going to put it on some digital platform where we're not going to make no money.
Unless they're in on it with Spotify. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. And does anybody here know that Century Media is a subsidy of Sony?
Yeah. Sony bought Century out. Yeah.
Yeah.
John said that on an interview one time.
Yeah. So, like, that's
Actually,
another thing to think about. And so that's kind of crazy. Like, I know a lot of bad stuff about Sony. When it comes to, you think about Michael Jackson, if
yeah.
you think about Aaron Carter, the guy from the Backstreet Boys brother, Aaron Carter, Nick Carter's brother, he passed away under nefarious circumstances, and his Sony like owned his life basically. You know, I don't trust them, and there has to be something going on with
Yeah.
YouTube, with these streaming services, where those people are making more money than the artists. The artists are getting like half a 3/4 of a cent or whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well, like I was saying, the record companies are going to make money off of it. Still, I'm just saying, in hindsight, you know, my thing is, like, I understand that collecting physical media is a chore. I mean, it's where you can go in here and you could take an SD card or whatever it is and put
Yeah.
10,000 songs on it. I get it. I totally understand that.
Mhm.
It's just like having 50,000 books in digital form, when instead of having 50,000 books that you got to build bookshelves for. I
Yeah.
get it. I totally get that. But I feel like that these platforms were made for those people who were casual music listeners and not those people who were true music listeners like
Yeah.
us who buy physical media and buy the vinyl and stuff like that. Because honestly, really, all MP3s are just compressed digital pieces of shit.
Yep. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Exactly.
I've always I've always told somebody, I said, you want to live, you want to know what an artist sounds like? Go buy a fucking vinyl.
Yep.
And I
But yeah,
said,
really. But how does everybody feel knowing that John and other artists don't get the money that they deserve? That's my so I no, I know you guys don't know, but I'm asking the fans and comment below and talk. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how it makes you feel because as a musician, I know it definitely hurts me pretty badly. Just knowing all of the work that goes into it. And how do you feel knowing that your favorite artists, even Ozzy Osbourne, have been ripped off and they go out and they have to go tour like dogs instead of, any their music making them any kind of money? Does that bother you or are you all right with it? Let's talk about it. That's a question for the fans this week.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Oh yeah.
right?
A whole nother
That's
episode.
A whole other
Yeah.
episode. And maybe one of these days we can talk to members of Iced Earth and ask them those questions. Who knows? I don't know. If they're comfortable talking about it, I'm down to ask them how they feel about their cut.
You know?
You know. You listen to Ozzy even talking about it. They would buy them houses and they would buy them cars. There'd be no money anywhere though. So they didn't
Yeah.
even know how much money they were making back then. I wonder I mean, I know in some ways how it's changed, but I wonder in John's experience, that's a good question to even ask him. How did it go when you first signed? You know, were you duped? Were you just getting items? Were you being actually paid? Was it anything like, the beginning of the music industry? Like I really have a lot of questions for a lot of people. And that brings me to the next point. Eventually we are going to have Schaffer back on this podcast. And I'd also like for you guys to comment below what questions you would have for him, because I'm going to ask the questions that you guys want to know. And that's what we're gonna do here. All of us. We're gonna, whoever's co-hosting that day, most likely Bill. Let's ask the questions. Let's all ask John what we want to ask him. So,
Yep.
and that question just came off the top of my head, just thinking about all of these different things that we've kind of just been ranting and going in different areas and different topics today, but I mean, it could be a couple months down the road. I don't know when John will come back on, but we're definitely going to have him back on at some point. So I definitely want you guys to think about that. Inbox me if you don't want to put the questions in public. And let's just do this shit.
Good to know.
Oh, I wanted to throw this on here because I think they would want people to know. For those of you who are Jacob's Well fans, okay, if you
Jacob's
haven't
Well.
been following if you haven't been following their Facebook page, they're doing a Kickstarter on PayPal.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
what
I
they're
forgot to
wanting
mention
to
that.
do-
Thank you.
That's right. I saw that.
They're wanting to bring the Harvest Wind album out on vinyl.
That'd be very cool.
We would like that.
And what they're doing is they're also going to play a show here in the next, I think, month or so or something. And there could be a chance that some of those live songs are going to make that album,
Nice.
that as like maybe some extra tracks or something. But what they're talking about doing is if you go to jacobswell.merch on PayPal, if you donate $30, you get an album and a T-shirt when the album comes out.
Yeah, man.
So
They already have good packages with their CDs.
yeah,
Got some cool stuff with the last CD and everything. So definitely check that out, guys.
and for those of you who do not know, their album is remastered now, the Harvest Wind, and it's on it's on all digital platforms. But the remastered version is the version they're wanting to put on vinyl. So
Yeah.
because they was actually at More Sound Studios having it remastered.
Yeah, so new Jacob's Well, but old Jacob's Well. New old Jacob's Well. But definitely worth your time.
Hey, it's good stuff.
Definitely take a listen. And if you can, get on that PayPal and get in on that line. That's all I got to say about that.
Yep. And so help them guys out because their music is awesome. And like I said, man, Gene's former lead singer of Iced Earth, and
hell
we got
yeah,
a small community. You know what I'm saying? And so, him and Jamie both, they're really cool dudes. They're they've supported me, and they've they're really cool, great. They're really cool guys. So
if you guys haven't checked it out yet, we might have mentioned it here on the podcast. Stu Block and Luke Appleton did a song called Against the Odds of Time, and it's streaming everywhere, so you guys can check that out.
Very good.
And why don't you guys also let us know what guests you would like? We would still like to get Mike McGill and Mark Prater on the show. So, and we want to get Matt on the show. So we're trying to get all of those scheduled.
Everyone we can.
But if you guys have any more suggestions, I will take them in the comments. You can inbox us. You can inbox me. And we just would love to hear from you. And sorry we haven't been on for a couple weeks. It's just the summertime, and we're soaking up the sun while we can.
Yeah. Trying to take care of business what we can. And so,
Yeah, that's what we can do.
Yeah, we'll be back very soon.
Oh, yeah.
And check out all the stuff. It's exciting news for the Iced Earth community. Lots of spin-offs, lots of cool things happening. And we're real sorry about Ozzy and Hulk and Malcolm Jamal Warner. It's been a real crappy week, man. And the guy from Golden Earring.
Chuck Mangione.
Yeah. The jazz musician.
Just a real shit week.
Oh, my God. It's been a crappy week, guys.
But we're getting through it.
We're getting through it, and Iced Earth forever, Ashes of Aries forever, and all of the spin-off projects forever. God bless and have a good night, guys.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Take care. Keep rocking.